So right here we've got an article, African Qualifiers Power Rankings Window 1. So this article was published in the official Fiba basketball website. So this article was published 2 days ago before the first window of the Fiba Basketball World Cup 2023 African Qualifiers scheduled for the Angolan city of Benguela from November 26 to 28. So, and if the FIBA AfroBasket 21 that saw Tunisia retain their title is anything to go by, then take note. As half of the teams that competed in Kigali in August to September have now landed in Angola, and now will be in a scintillating 18-month race for the FIBA World Cup 2023. So based on the latest additions, absence, and moves involving the 8 teams from Group A and C, this is what the power rankings looks like. So we've got Nigeria number 1. So they're ranked number 1 in this power rankings. African Qualifiers 2019 record. So they're 10-2, 10 wins, 2 losses. Nigeria chased their second straight World Cup appearances 2019. FIBA World Ranking. Africa represented by Nike. They're listed as number 1. So the most important note in the building up of the first window of the African qualifiers that Nigeria should not be judged by their poor campaign at the AfroBasket 2021, where they finished 12th, their worst result in the history of the AfroBasket. So you can see Nigeria out of their element in the AfroBasket. But in the qualifiers, they came in 6-0, but they didn't, show a lot of, their basketball IQ or talent in the AfroBasket itself. But in the qualifiers, they swept. But this one, they just got eliminated by Uganda. So, that's that. So the winners of the AfroBasket 2015 arrived in Angola with an experienced squad, including members of the team that helped Nigeria claim a 10-2 record in the African Qualifiers 2019. So you can see Nigeria, they're ranked number 1, so their odds in their favor. So the question mark about Nigeria, however, is whether or not they will be able to overcome the limited time of preparations and embrace Coach Julius' mindset in such a short period of time. But with half of a team that has played together for some time now, the Tigers look capable for a strong start in the African qualifiers. So you can see the odds are Nigeria's favor. So coming in, they're expected to out of the gate they're expected to show out and be dominant. Then we've got Cote d'Ivoire. African qualifiers 2019, 7-5 record, 7 wins, 5 losses. Cote d'Ivoire scooped their last of 5 tickets for China in 2019. FIBA World Ranking, Africa represented by Nike, they're number 5. So Cote d'Ivoire raised eyebrows after finishing second in the AfroBasket 3 months ago in Rwanda. So you can see Cote d'Ivoire was a team that was pretty dominant. They swept the whole AfroBasket qualifiers, and the only game that they lost was in the finals when they, lost to Tunisia 75-78 in the AfroBasket final. That's the only game that they lost, and it was decided by only 3 points. So you can see how dominant these guys were. Pat Connaughton, Diabate, Costello. Those guys just came in and balled out pretty well, and they put Cote d'Ivoire on the map as one of the top 2 teams in Africa. So, that's the thing. That's the thing. And the plan the plan that they have is to keep the momentum, keep that same energy, because they finished number 2 in the AfroBasket. They were very, very behind. They're very, very close. They're not that behind, but they're very close to Tunisia. They're almost even upsetting Tunisia, but it is what it is, and that happened. So the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire won't count. Won't count with neither Matt Costello, Charles Abo, nor Dean Thompson in Benguela, but have Coach Lescano back at the helm, and the return of the likes of Guy Eddy, Suleiman Diabate speaks volumes about the team's capability. So Diabate actually came in and balled out pretty well. So if Cote d'Ivoire can pass their biggest test on day 1 of their first window, when they face Angola, it will be safe to say that the team is legitimately back at the top of African basketball, which they are. They're in the top 3. So they're number 2 in Africa as we speak, behind Tunisia, who won the AfroBasket just 3 months ago in September. So number 3, we've got Angola, African qualifiers 2019 record 9-3. Angola have completed competed at their last 5 editions of the World Cup. Fiba World Ranking represented by Nike, the number 3. So they're coming in hot. I mean, Angola, they're that team that, they've been there, they've done that, they have a rich history. They can do it. They have it. When it comes to analyzing the Angolan team, Carlos Moraes' names comes at the top. Either way, that's their star guy right there. That's the man right there. I mean, that guy is a star. He's a star. However, the veteran sharpshooter, along with Leonel Paulo, is unavailable for the campaign due to health concerns. So, I mean, that's a huge blow. Not having those two, sharpshooting star marksmen right there. And they lack a bit of playmaking, so it's gonna take them off their element if they're gonna depend on the other guys. But it is what it is. That's the situation. Could those two absentees affect Angola's chances? Not quite. That's what the article says, but I feel like they can. There's a legit possibility that they can even drop a couple of games because they're lacking like their primary scorers and ball handlers right there and their stars. So it's gonna look pretty bleak for them. So based on their production during the AfroBasket 2021, Gilson Bango emerged as a potential future leader for the Angolan team. Okay, true, but you need the other 2 stars, and having 2 talented point guards in Childe Bindao and Jason Domingos increases Angola's chance for positive stars in the African qualifiers. Yeah, they can have all those pieces, who emerged as, star players, but they need their core stars right there, their superstars. So it's looking pretty bleak if they don't have Carlos Moraes and Leonel Paulo right there, because those guys, come in clutch, especially in the end. So even when Angola hosted 2 windows of the World Cup 2019 African qualifiers in November 2017 and December 2018, they prevailed. So, I mean, that's that. So they're ranked number 3, and that's the situation right there in Angola. Moving on forward, you got Cape Verde, African qualifiers 2019 record. They didn't participate. The Islanders have never qualified for the World Cup. So this is their first time, essentially. But the Cape Verde team, this team actually is pretty impressive because they finished number 4. They've got, Walter Tavares, the elite big man. He broke the backboard in the AfroBasket. So in the coastal Angolan city, that the Islanders played the group phase of the AfroBasket 2007, paving the way for a successful campaign where they finished 3rd, which represents Cape Verde's biggest achievement in African basketball history. So center Walter Tavares may be the team's biggest absence, but in the addition of prolific guards with Jeff Xavier and Shane DeRosa boost the team's backcourt. So you can see Cape Verde was a team that had to overcome adversity. They were in the same group as Egypt, Morocco, and Uganda. So they missed some games in the qualifiers, but they turned out well. They were able to turn it around and finished in respectable rankings in the AfroBasket. So Cape Verde is a very good team. We got that center, Walter Tavares, who broke the backboard. I mean, that guy showed like next level strength, and he just did his thing. He just did his thing right there. So I mean, Cape Verde, you never expect. I can put them as a dark horse team because you never expect that you don't know what to expect from that team, because that team can easily beat you. So then next we got Uganda, African qualifiers 2019 record. They finished 1-5, 1 win, 5 losses. Uganda were eliminated in the first round of the African qualifiers 2019 FIBA World Ranking. Africa, represented by Nike, they're ranked number 13. So finishing 6th in the AfroBasket 2021 3 months ago became Uganda's best result in African Premier League Premier League basketball tournament. So you can see Uganda just came in and just showed that they can compete at a high level. They are the team that eliminated Nigeria, the team that has been ranked number 1 in these power rankings. I don't know how that works, but hey, there's levels to this. So, however, there are more questions than answers about the Silverbacks that only time will tell. Unquestionable talented team with the potential to go places. Uganda will face Nigeria for the second time in 3 months and will need to work hard and try to beat the Tigers for the second time since the AfroBasket 2021. So remember, Uganda eliminated Nigeria in the AfroBasket 2021 in the knockout stages. So I expect a bloodbath. This game is I expect an overtime or something. This game it's gonna be very close. An inevitable question is whether the Silverbacks can continue to build upon the AfroBasket success without their pivotal star Ishmael Wainwright, who has been signed for the Phoenix Suns. So it's funny. This guy was he was supposed to play for the Raptors, but now he's signed with the Phoenix Suns. So how about playing without the electrifying Arthur Kaluma? So they're missing 2 guys that were very essential, very critical pieces that enable them to get over the hump and be able to compete at the high level. So it's gonna be a big blow because you can see some of these teams that that are ranked in this ranking are missing very crucial pieces in their rotation. So I don't know how they're gonna work it around it to be able to still be competitive. But hey, you don't know what your bench can do, especially in such a tournament. So one thing is for certain, whatever the circumstances, this Ugandan team cannot be overlooked, especially because they have faced Nigeria, Mali, and Cape Verde before. So this team has history with other teams. The Cape Verde and Uganda were in the same group in the AfroBasket qualifiers. They faced with Nigeria, they knocked them out. They faced Mali, and the rest is history. So, this is part 1 of the power rankings. I'm gonna go back and come up with a part 2. Just give my 2 cents on this because I'm just excited about African basketball. And please be sure stay tuned. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification posts that you never miss. You never miss any new videos that are coming out. And with that being said, man, I'm out. Peace.